from our last tale.
Gonna keep walking.
So are we going to be stealthy? Because if not, I'm going to start playing music.
Should I take off my armor?
Don't play music!
No.
And you are immediately bombarded with what seems like dust.
Guys, like, we shouldn't be here. We need to go back home.
This was a terrible idea. I should not have brought you here.
Ste'yn's just gonna pull her. I don't care if she's moving at like half speed because of it. She's just gonna drag her along.
Starts to form into a shape. And you are staring down an elemental. Something seems to have jumped onto you, clung to you, and then you feel this sharp, kind of piercing pain as it seems to bite into you. You are looking at two dust bunnies. You find your feet no longer stable on the ground as you find yourself lifting up in the air. Just a little bit, but also just enough.
It's Dorothy.
Let's see.
Not in Kansas anymore!
I wonder if we could use her as a weapon and throw her at people.
All right. And
I mean, it
find
would hurt
yourself-
if I fell on somebody.
Yeah, I know, that's me.
You find yourself launched 20 feet back towards the stairs, back towards Ste'yn, collapsing just at the edge of one of these still existing piles of dust and knocked prone.
Nicely landed on a nice pile of dust.
Yes, but you are prone. It's going to take move.
Let's start just chugging along.
Yeah. And he's going to land. You watch him pass by you. I was going to say I had an opportunity, but she's prone. That doesn't...
Yeah.
I'll still take an opportunity attack. It's at disadvantage, though.
Okay. Viola, you do get an opportunity attack if you'd like at disadvantage.
Well, heck yeah, I'm gonna take it. So that would be a 17. 5 damage.
And you feel your sword. It feels like it's sticking something somewhere, but will inevitably find itself going through the creature and through all that dust. And Ste'yn, you are now standing in this vortex of dust.
Excellent.
Spinning about to end that round. Viola, it is your turn. You are prone. You would need to use half of your movement to stand if you wanted to stand. Don't let me judge.
Half of her movement to stand and move up. She will... Is this dust bunny in front of her still on the ceiling?
No.
Then she'll probably attack it.
Eat it.
With her short sword. Oh, no, wait. No, she would attack the dust devil because that's what her focus is on at the moment. Like her favored foe. So she'll probably stick with that.
Okay.
So she'll attack the dust devil with her short sword for 15.
Just hits it.
12 damage. And then she'll swing at it with her rapier for 16. 5 damage.
You are
That is
swinging
her
at this
turn.
thing and watching as dust is... It's much slower for your sword to actually go through the creature, as if it's weakening against this onslaught.
Okay, so she does actually feel like she's doing some damage on it.
After 12 seconds of bombarding it, damage has been done to it for sure.
Okay.
Snow, you see this dust bunny in front of you begin to move away. Do you want to make an opportunity attack?
No.
Okay. It moves closer and on its way towards this other dust bunny. You kind of see them congeal together into this kind of wad of dust bunny dust. Gross. And you're watching them
The Dust King.
move. Kind of. As they move in Beau's direction. Beau, can you please give me a dexterity saving throw?
That is a 17.
17 succeeds as the two congealed together leap up at you, and now you're very aware of them. They come at directly at your face, but they failed their rather you succeeded the throw. Yeah, you've got two dust bunnies in front of you now as they kind of come apart into two individual bunnies again. Snow, it is your turn.
Maintaining invisibility for the moment. Snow is going to move up here, and then...
Are you going along the wall to avoid the dust, or are you going through the difficult terrain?
I mean, if he can avoid it, he's going to.
Okay. You can go around the edges of the wall.
And then invisibility will drop as he calls out. He's going, you all hear his voice call out, "There's no time to waste. Ste'yn, show us the meaning of haste." And he casts haste on her.
Ooh. That's a fun one.
Oh dear.
You now have a +2 bonus to your AC, advantage on all deck saving throws, and you gain an additional action on each of your turns that can be used to make one weapon attack, dash, disengage, hide, or use an object. And your speed is doubled. Nothing else I can do?
This creature is moving far away after Nora moved in a direction to be closer to it. That's a little annoying. Poor thing. She's going to move across in this direction with her dagger. It takes some amount of damage. She returns the dagger to her. She can launch it again. The dice are not always kind. What was that movie? 5, 10, 15?
Oh, didn't she misty step the last turn though?
No.
Oh,
She
it
didn't
sounded
actually.
like it from the description.
It did look and sound like it, but it actually was not a
Interesting.
misty step. Mm-hmm. But she's gonna get closer as her dagger is pierced into the wall through the dust devil. After at least one nice looking hit that let out another roar from the dust devil, and she moves closer. Beau.
He's going to swing at the dust devil.
Okay, from that little catty corner spot.
Yeah,
Okay, with what weapon?
his psychic dagger still. So that is 23 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
And, ooh, that's 16 plus 3, so 19 psychic damage.
Ouch.
And then, in theory, I feel like it's a bad idea to circle this tornado of a thing.
Yeah, let's not clump.
Going to disengage as a bonus action. Going right there to give some
Okay.
distance, but potentially still have these things attention a little bit, so that way they don't just swarm further over there. He's just thinking, alright, and that's his turn.
Let's see what haste does. Go for it, Ste'yn.
Okay, cool. We're going to use our hasted action to disengage from this whole mess over here and get out of the way. We're going to just move
Everyone just
out of the way.
leaves Viola.
Hey, Viola's a capable fighter.
Yeah, she
I'm
is.
just
I'm not
saying.
saying she's not.
She's a melee person. This is where
Yeah.
she wants to be.
Viola has not gotten struck with an over 20 attack. I'm gonna throw that out there.
And then we're going to throw I want to get rid of this big old dust devil, so we're going to throw a 2nd level guiding bolt at it for our attack. That is a 1d4 to hit.
24 hits.
Awesome. That's a lot of d6s. 25 radiant damage.
Ste'yn. What did you do to this creature?
And then bonus action, we're going to call spiritual weapon to come a little bit closer.
Aw,
Oh, I thought you were hitting it again.
no,
It
it's
can't
got...
get that far. It's got 20. Is spiritual weapon impeded by difficult terrain?
I think it kind of just
Blocking.
floats.
It's
Yeah.
floating.
Perfect. And it can get to here. Oh, and whatever hits our big dust devil friend next has advantage because of guiding bolt.
You see the dust bunnies. Well, you see 2 of them clearly. One of them is kind of lost within the vortex of dust, but as this one solid clump. Until it's not, as it kind of lifts up into the air and becomes a far too thin, light bit of dust that joins the vortex, and you no longer see it. These
I don't
2
like this.
excited squeals and chittering leap in the direction of the dust devil as well.
It's absorbing its children.
And you don't see them any longer.
What a good mother.
Obviously.
Gonna
Obviously.
spit them out at us.
We'll have him run over towards Nora this time. She's going to need to make strength saving throw.
You can do this, Nora. I believe in you.
She does not succeed that. So it's going to be
We take Nora out once and we get her killed.
As she gets launched 20 feet from this swirling dusty vortex directly towards Beau. Beau, I need you. Dexterity saving throw, please.
That is a 25.
Fantastic. She, however, is taking additional damage. That brings us back to the top of the round, if I'm correct.
Yeah,
Viola.
'cause they already went down
Yeah, the
there.
Dust Devil moved.
Yeah.
Yes. Beautiful. But now it's just him, it seems.
Well, there's these two still.
Oh, yeah! I almost didn't see them there. Little buddies.
Viola's
Thank you.
gonna swing with her short sword.
Stab, stab.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20 hits.
7 damage.
Okay.
And then she's gonna swing with her rapier for 15. 8 damage.
Anything else?
Nope.
This one runs up. Going to strike.
At who?
At you, Beau. That is a 20 to hit.
I'm gonna use shield so it misses because AC is now as a 23.
Excellent. This one is going to join Pop Bear over here and try and snack on Viola. That is only a 13 to hit.
It does not hit.
Does not hit as this little thing comes biting at. Like, it just looks like dust trying to rub up on your armor.
I'm gonna cast. Actually, first I'm gonna move beat to beat here, and then actually we're gonna do vicious mockery on this little guy down at the bottom.
This guy?
Yes, and
Okay.
that is a wisdom saving throw from it.
Listen, you don't know who you're messing with. Dust bunnies are the most wise. Yeah, with a whole big fat 6. Super wise.
Yeah, that feels. It takes 4 points of psychic damage, and it has disadvantage on the next attack roll that it makes before its next turn, the end of its next turn. And then bonus action healing word for Viola at first level, giving her 8 points of HP back.
Sweet. Whoops, not 18. There's already a 1 in there. And I don't know how.
Sadly not. Can't quite get there with healing word yet.
Nora needs to stand. She's slightly dazed by being launched. That's always fun. And she's going to attack this. Oh, well, she doesn't have her knife.
She could summon it, right? Bonus action
Yes.
summon.
She has a bonus action again.
Yeah.
It's a new turn. Fantastic.
It's a whole new turn.
We love this. It's like a whole new day. After waking herself up a bit, gets her dagger back, reaching out, it reforms in her palm, to which she jams it quite hastily into this wad of dust and teeth in front of her. Nora, baby, no. You can do better. Show these novices.
I
that
was
you're-
just giving her disappointed
do
head
so.
shakes.
Listen, this little thing, it's like she'll drive the knife down and it's just like, and this whole body just kind of like wavers over to the side.
Did she miss the second attack?
Like
No,
one of
the
those
second
things
one,
that,
Oh, okay.
the second one hit. She just needs to get better than a really terrible roll, and she can hit. As if to stop your head shaking, the second strike goes straight down the center of the thing, and as the tip of the dagger hits the dust below and the ground below, it just poofs into just thin dust. It's like, that's what I intended to do.
Just dust yourself
Congratulations,
off.
you killed a little dust bunny. How the
Nothing
mighty you are.
impressive,
That's one for today. She will head back in the direction of the fray. She ain't done yet. Her people need her. And she also has one more attack. And she is able to swiftly handle the dust bunny that seems intent on fouling up Viola's armor. Now it's just Big Papa? Oh, what you got?
We agreed never to call it that.
Where did that come up before?
I have no idea where you got that from.
No, that 100% has come up before, and I have to go back through our VODs. I have to find it.
All
That's
right.
happened before.
Alright, it's his turn. He's gonna use his bonus action to give him advantage. He's attacking the only thing left. So 23, that's 13 psychic damage.
You launch it, and it's definitely looking like it's trying to stick inside of this swirling dust, as if there is some kind of almost like a heart in there, something that you can kill before it goes the rest of the way out. But it's looking pretty rough. Anything else?
No, that's all you can do.
We got a fun turn planned, so.
Hope so. Don't waste the haste.
Oh, we're not wasting the haste. First up,
Over,
we're going to shoot at it with some Sacred Flame. So that's a dexterity saving throw.
That is a 15.
Just makes it. Movement, and as she's running, she's taking out this nice axe that she found last time they were here, with a fun name. And what's the wisest creature in this? Within 500 yards, I think? 500 feet?
Definitely.
You don't know. You're gonna have to find out.
I mean, I feel like
I'll
it would
let
be
you know
just her.
shortly.
Okay.
What
So
is
we're
your
gonna-
wisdom?
Her wisdom is a 19. So we're going to roll and use my inspiration for this attack to try and get a crit. Heck yes! 19 out of 20. So that's a crit hit. And then so that's D6.
I'll look up my own item. Pardon me a moment.
So that is 8 magical slashing damage. No, 10 magical slashing damage. And then 2d4 of an additional type dependent on the wisest creature in the room.
Additional radiant damage.
Excellent.
Like you needed that.
So that's 10 slashing, and that's going to be, let's see, double these as well, another 12 radiant.
Okay. So what does that look like when it gets completely bombarded and destroyed?
So the slash goes through, just the axe goes through, and then as it's going through, it starts glowing with just this radiant pulse that goes through and obliterates it as that extra damage kicks in.
Can I please have Beau, Viola, and Ste'yn? Can you please make me a strength saving throw as this thing is obliterated, kind of like a supernova comes in on itself and then explodes out in this massive burst of dust, further fueled by this radiant destruction. And Nora will have to make the save as well.
I got a 17.
There's balance in the world. That's a 1.
Me too! High five!
Viola's almost right there with you. She rolled a 2.
Come on, guys. Don't tied for the weakest person's over here
Viola.
just fine.
So I rolled an 8 overall.
Excellent.
Hey, that's pretty good.
I rolled an 18.
Beau, you're able to stand your ground. Snow, you're far enough back that you can kind of withstand the burst. But Ste'yn, Viola,
No, just
and-
watches.
she has this amazing moment, and then as the 3 ladies are just blown backwards that 20 feet, but striking the walls in the way. So that's going to be, that's 15 bludgeoning damage plus, so a total of 20 bludgeoning damage. As you are
Cassie's eyes.
thrown. She's like, ah! As you're thrown into the walls, the dust, she's kind of thrown back into the stair, and then, yeah.
I'm not
I like
supposed
how
to
they're
be
called
through the wall, am
stare. It's just one stare.
It's basically all that's left of the dang thing. Like through breaking the singular stair that remains. Dust from the walls falls and settles on you, but otherwise the room falls quiet as you are out of initiative.
Snow goes over to Ste'yn and is
Wait.
kind of like dusts her off a little bit. So you're gonna feel really exhausted and lethargic for just like a few moments, but it'll pass. And he just like gives her a pat on the head because as haste fades,
Now you got
30
lethargy.
seconds later, she is stunned for a round.
Oh, yeah.
Viola's gonna get up and dig a healing potion out of her bag.
Beau's fine, so he's gonna go inspect that
So
thing over here.
Love it.
Snow will join him.
Nora
Same will
pulls
join
herself up
a few seconds
from the
later.
ground.
Viola would go check on Nora and help her out if she needed help
A
getting
minute
up
later.
or anything.
Yeah, Nora says she's all right. If a little, she's more roughed up hitting the splintery stairs than anything else. So you guys head over to.
Well,
that.
do either of these 3 stone things, or any of them, giving off magic? Because he never got hit, so he never lost concentration.
The objects themselves, are not, but you are still getting pings of magic in the room. You just don't see any more of the conjuration magic in here.
Okay, and I don't know what the school is of whatever I'm feeling.
Not until you can see it.
Okay, so I can't see it.
Correct.
All right.
So you're looking specifically at this basin?
Yeah.
Or this font? So it's this lovely white stone. It's a bit chipped. You can see it's not nearly as roughed up as everything else in the room. There's a shallow pool of water in it. Kind of has a stale smell to it. There's dust floating around in it and on top of it. But otherwise,
Is there any
well,
writing
actually,
on it?
not on top. Not on top of it. It's just dust inside of it. There's like a little inscription at the top of it that
Made in
is-
Janfell.
Yes. I do know. It's actually there's like 3 lines and like in multiple languages on it. One of them being common.
What are the other
It's
two?
a little worn down. It's a little worn, so it's a little difficult. Give me a quick investigation check.
Oh, what are the other 2 languages?
The other 2 are a halfling cant and a dwarvish cant. Not dwarvish. Dwarvish is not
Snow.
as common in here.
What is it?
Huh?
Investigation, you said?
Yes, please.
Can Snow assist
Halfling and-
since he's right there with him?
How would he be assisting?
Be saying what he could read out in the Dwarvish one.
Yeah.
They're all a bit faded. It's just a matter of, it's almost like guesswork to try and figure out what the lettering is.
So it wouldn't be beneficial to be hearing another person's guesswork on top of my own guesswork in order to help him get the correct guess?
Sure.
Or
Why
can I just
not?
make my own?
You cannot, whichever, I will allow either. Go for it.
What do we want to
let me know
do
which
here?
one. Which one? Which do you think has better odds?
What's your
I
what's your
have
investigation?
5 and I have the option for psionic.
I'll give you advantage. I also have +5, but I don't have the psionic, so go for it.
Nice. I got a 19 with that second roll.
Nice.
So that is a
Yeah.
24, and I can roll psionic if I need to.
No, you don't need to.
Okay.
It looks like a brief message. It sounds almost like a prayer as you say it. It says, "May Unlo's light guide your steps."
Who's Unlo again?
One of the gods.
Some deity.
Like,
Cartographers, map makers. We found the ruins of his temple, not far from here, remember?
I mean, I
got
remember
stuck
a
in the window.
temple. I remember
That's where
that.
you got stuck.
Didn't we talk to someone at the temple who followed?
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? They all sound the same.
Oh, that was,
Anglin, maybe?
was it Aglin?
Or Ziva, maybe? I'm not sure. I don't remember. Or yeah,
Ziva-
we met Ziva.
Yeah.
Didn't we meet Ziva at the temple at one point in time?
No.
Who am I thinking of then?
Aglin follows Unlo.
Well,
You're
maybe
thinking,
we
Viola, of the
didn't-
girl I gave back her fallen thing.
I thought that was Ziva.
No.
Oh.
I forget her name. I think it was like Sharon or something.
Oh, it's coming back to me now. That's Kassie mistaking things, not Viola.
So do you see
Ziva
anything
also has a
magical in
braid.
here, Beau?
I'm sorry, what?
Do you see anything magical in here?
I don't see a specific item. I can sense there's no magic.
Viola,
Right, but the
was there
font's
stuff on
not,
this
or
too?
Anything
Mm-mm.
else?
No.
That's boring.
Do we just search the room then?
What if we put
Clear
the
some of the
blood
stuff?
inside this fountain?
I don't think. I might be wrong, but I don't think Unlo appreciates blood offerings like that.
But the girl that was with me, maybe she wasn't going to see Unlo. Maybe I'm confused, but she said something about finding a body part for something.
I think you're thinking, oh, is it Kiara?
Yeah, that's who it
Duldia?
was.
Yeah, she was
Cool
into
beard.
the hammer
Different
guy.
person.
Not
Yeah,
the
I
same.
don't think any of that's relevant.
I don't know. Religion's not my thing.
Join the club.
That's all right. I've got more than enough of it.
Was there stuff on this
We
other
leave it
column
all
over
for
here?
you.
Give me an investigation check.
You know what? I'll use my inspiration. Because I
Hmm.
didn't use it on any of the important things earlier.
I tried.
Might as well use it now.
17.
You take a look over this column, this broken column, It's beautifully crafted, it's beautifully made, and it's definitely made of the same stone as the fountain, as the font. It doesn't have any carvings on it, but you're sure it came from the same place.
Snow goes over to the wine rack.
All right, Nora, this is your thing. Any suggestions?
She's looking around until you get her attention. I wasn't here before. Is this what you saw? Is this the place?
Oh yes, there was an elemental and everything last time.
No.
No, this is not what
We
we
need to
saw
go
last
back
time.
up. We gotta go back up and fish out one of the keys, probably. Do I find any alcohol? Snow's got priorities.
Give me an investigation check.
Heck yeah. Should I use my inspiration for this?
Do it. Get the
I am.
alcohol.
Beau, were you doing anything further with the font?
Not if he's
After
not
we-
getting any
So yeah, it's
blood.
it is nailed up to, secured up to the wall. I had you give me an investigation check on it, right?
Yeah, that's when he got the
I got
24.
For reading,
Yeah.
you were looking to see if it had any writing on it. Give me just a overall check. And Snow, how did you do?
All right, overall.
10.
10?
With inspiration.
So Beau got a. Oh, okay.
mhm.
Sorry. Did he find something?
So, Snow, you find you see a series of bottles on there, but most as you pull them, the back is either cracked and so it's entirely empty and just covered in dust. You find one bottle that is not cracked, but it also looks somehow like if you it's a dark bottle, but you can kind of see the liquid from inside, but it's moving kind of funny. It's meant to be a wine bottle, but as it's moving, it's almost like it's more gelatinous than wine should ever be.
Part of me wants to have him just try to drink it anyway. But if it's gelatinous, he's not going to.
He could bring it and we could look at
So
it.
much-
No shots.
Yeah,
Jello
he's
morning shots.
gonna grab it and then just start making his way back upstairs because he's bored and there's nothing interesting to look at in here.
Okay.
So for that investigation, he's got a 14 using psionic.
Using psionic?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's easy enough to see that the way that this font is kind of structured, or the way that it's secured to the wall, doesn't look very, stable, sort of. If somebody was putting storage in here, they were putting it in here relatively haphazard. Just chucking that thing off to the side, this thing off to the side. This thing, it's got a rounded bottom. It's not going to sit well on the ground. So, secure it. Here's a good place to secure it on the wall. Even though this whole wall is very, very dusty as well. And you can see there's a big pile of dust where the creature formed in the first place.
Okay, so mark it, the die.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can he try? So there's a screw you said, but it's just very loose.
It's whatever fixture is on there. It's enough to hold up a marble or a stone font, but it doesn't look like it's, professional craftsmanship to get it up there.
Can he climb on it?
He can.
All right. He's gonna climb on it and try and add weight to make it break off the wall.
Bow's not terribly heavy, but he's also not a little thing. He's a medium-sized creature.
Yeah.
People shouldn't be jumping on fonts. That's crazy talk.
If Viola sees him climbing on that, she's gonna be like, Beau, what are you doing?
And testing
Beau,
it.
why? Beau, please.
Testing it for what?
It seems off.
You're going to fall off if it's really off.
It's fine. It's like what? A few feet?
I mean, if you want it off the wall, I'm sure Ste'yn or I could probably just pull it off the wall.
Dan's not gonna do something against a god's little shrine.
Beau, give me a strength check.
Dang it. I was hoping his weight wouldn't need him to do this. 9.
A 9. Okay. Your intent is to get this thing off the wall?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you get on it, you kind of start jumping on it. You're not a big guy. You're not a little thing, but you're not a big guy. You do feel like it might be starting to come loose, but it's just kind of shimmying a little, or like just kind of moving forward a bit.
Oh wait, Viola,
Just a
smash!
Viola will try to pull it off the wall if that's what he wants her to do.
Okay. And Snow, you said you were on your way back upstairs?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Snow went back upstairs and he tries to pour out the knot wine into his hand.
You go back upstairs and you start to do that. Give me a moment, please. Viola, please give me a strength check.
Can I do athletics?
Sure.
And she's not climbing it like a jungle gym.
She's going for it. Like,
That's a dirty 20.
Hey.
okay. Beau, as you step aside and let her into this dust pile. This is all dust here. It looks like it's coming directly kind of off that wall. The closer as you got closer, it's almost like it's steep coming off the wall. Viola, you go and you grab hold of this font and you pull with all your strength. You hear a crack as whatever fastener, whatever is securing it, snaps free, and you are kind of holding the weight of this stone font. Give me a perception check.
Can Beau help her? Can
Nope.
Beau help her?
Nope.
My perception's not that bad. It's just the rolling that's bad. Oh, nat 20!
Hey!
Beautiful. You just see.
Disappointed Unlow.
Disappointed. As you're kind of reeled back a little bit from the weight of this stone, you just see from behind it this one area of the wall that is not incredibly dusty, probably because it was covered. You see a shape that is unfamiliar to you, but one moment it's dark, this dark shape along the wall, some kind of sigil almost looking, and then in the next moment it grows incredibly bright.
Did something. I don't know what I did though.
Drop it and run, drop it and run.
There is no time to run as this bright sigil just flares out and there is this enormous burst of fire that explodes in front of you. I need
I will say, this is the second time in this area that Beau asked Viola to use her strength, and it has
And it got her in
horrible
trouble.
consequences for her.
Oh my gosh.
Don't worry. Snow's the only one who is smart enough to leave.
Yep, y'all should have left
I-
when he suggested it.
I need Beau, Viola, and Ste'yn. I need you to make dexterity saving throw.
Oh god, 13.
Oh my gosh. I thought I rolled a nat 1 at first, but it's a 7, which is a 10.
17.
I assume Snow hears this.
Yeah, you feel this rumble, and then you watch as part of the floor upstairs on that far wall just ignites, and the boards of the floor go spraying across the room up to the ceiling.
Ooh.
Give me a moment.
He was like just beginning to like pour the bottle into his hand, and then that happens, and he like, ooh, that's fun. So he's gonna wander back over.
Wander back over to the
Now
bomb
something
that Viola
happened.
just set off in the basement.
That's a lot of dice. I don't like this.
Snow comes back down, and they're all just dead.
She's still doing that.
Man.
I'm not feeling great about my actions right now.
You just get the consequences of Beau's actions. It's okay.
Yeah, totally fine. As you all are blasted backwards, taking 44 points of fire damage.
Absorb elements. Beau now
Any
has
chance that was
resistance
helped by
to it.
making a save?
No.
So Beau only takes 22 fire damage.
How much was it again?
44.
44.
More than what you
Cool.
got.
Your girl's down.
I'm also
How about
down.
how's Nora? Nora standing? She's down here in the basement with us.
She's alive.
Unless she... No, I think she went up with Snow. I'm pretty sure she followed Snow upstairs. Nora's fine.
Totally
Not-
went up with
Not from
Snow.
what
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, she did.
She's higher level than we are. She
Yeah.
She went down with Snow. She is blasted back for sure, but you're not sure about
Oh,
her
how far
condition
back are they
because
getting
you guys-
pushed?
That is 30 feet.
All right. Now, is the fire persistent or is it just exploded and it's gone?
It was an explosion, and then it stopped. I mean, the wall is destroyed. The ceiling above is destroyed.
Oh.
And the entire frame of this hovel that has been decaying, that decayed a significant amount since you had been here last,
We'll put it down the
Is-
house.
shaking, burning, and stuttering as the explosion goes off.
No wanders over and is gonna cast Healing Word on Ste'yn.
Excellent.
Great.
How many HP did Ste'yn gain from
Huh?
Snow's healing word?
The house is collapsing, if that wasn't
5.
clear.
Cool, we'll get up in just a second.
The house is collapsing. Go.
Okay, she's up, she runs over to Viola, basically slaps her as she gives her some healing hands for 6 points of health, grabs her, looks around, just yells, "Go!" as she throws her head back again, and we're gonna grow some wings to start eating ourselves out of this place.
Who are you
Okay.
grabbing with your wings?
Viola, because she's closest, and then as she starts heading out, she'll reach for Beau if she can try and carry both of them.
I mean, Beau can just run it.
He's fine.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And he's faster than you.
And he could
Cool.
climb the destroyed staircase.
Cool.
Nora's conscious. She's also struggling, but makes her way up.
Yeah, so Beau just runs
Cool.
up the wall through the doorway and then moves.
All upstairs
Up
is
and
on
out.
fire, burning, and you run towards the barely existent wall that remains. Everyone give me a dexterity saving throw for funsies.
That's a 7.
Okay.
8.
19.
That's a
Um,
6.
Viola, you can roll with advantage because you're being flown. As these flames are lapping up so rapidly, devouring the brittle wood of the house. So I'm sorry, say again?
Dexterity,
Mm-hmm.
10.
Oh, when it counts. Okay, so 10 from Viola. What did you guys get?
19.
19.
Viola is crying right
6.
now, just heads up.
Wait, stay. You got 6? Wait, don't you have anything from flying or no? Because you're carrying somebody.
She's carrying someone and trying
I
to go as
see.
fast as she can.
Snow?
I
8.
won't go down
8?
with this shit.
Okay. The flames lapping up around you, it's an additional 4 points of fire damage as you topple and barrel out of the hovel that is now no better than a pyre.
What the heck?
Well, it was certainly off.
I suggested we
Viola
leave,
is
not
like,
blow up the place.
Ste'yn will
Falling,
put
crying.
Viola down a safe way away from the flames. And then we're gonna cast a Cure Wounds on herself. And we'll do one on Viola too.
Viola's crying a lot. Cassie's crying too.
I'm sorry.
You're fine. It's all good.
Viola, I feel so guilty.
Viola is apologizing profusely for putting everyone in danger because she could have gotten us killed.
You blew up the place? How did you do that?
You pulled something
That's
off
something
the
you can do
wall.
now?
It was a mistake.
And that
There was something guarded down there.
Yeah, turns Unlow is a big
Uh.
jerk.
I don't think it has to do with Unlow.
probably whoever put the font there, one would imagine.
It appeared to be whatever.
Viola, if she can, she'll like redraw the sigil that she saw.
First, you can take back
Activates and
9
we
hit
all
points.
blow up. It was too accurate.
Give me an intelligence check. See if you can recall it well enough.
I suggest we take a short rest.
It's a 6.
No, we're fine.
Huh. 6. Yeah. You know it was clearly magic in that it was like trigger reacted, but was so brief that you can't recall it to recreate it.
It's all right. We're all alive, and that's what matters. She'll look over at Snow and just say thanks again. I owe you again.
For what?
I went down, you got me back up. Heard your voice.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Well, so do we want to rest a bit? Y'all do not look at your best. Exactly.
Resting would probably be smart.
Alright. Snow will take 11 minutes of the short rest to put a tiny hut up. And then for the rest of the short rest, he will do Song of Rest, so everyone will get an additional
HP die.
D6.
Oh, okay. D6. All right, he's gonna
An additional D6 if they're spending hit dice.
Beau's gonna use his arcane recovery during this short rest to get back spell slot because he used them all.
Yeah, Ste'yn's gonna get back a couple of her spells for the long one of them. Yeah.
Y'all heal up. As you're resting, tending to one another, sort of trying to ease the adrenaline of having to escape for your life, Nora is not actively participating. She is staring back at the hovel, and you can hear as parts of it further collapse as the flames claim another section. You hear the wooden beams falling, charring, sizzling. You can feel the rumble as more of the floor tumbles down into the destroyed basement, and none of it looking at all like what you had seen the first time you were here. If this wasn't what you were looking for, if this was something different, but someone still wanted this place protected, or at least they're willing to kill anyone who comes through.
That's what it seems.
I mean, it probably wasn't protected at this point. They probably figured people would come look around.
Given the state of it, it makes me wonder if someone or something came through after we last were here and did some remodeling.
Yeah, it just seems like a trap to me, overall.
Yeah, don't we know of a group that came through here?
We do.
It must
Cool.
not
Who
have
was in it? Because I don't remember.
It was just the group that Captain Elikin led. Ziva was part of it. I don't know who else exactly.
Well, we already know what happened to one of them. So, sounds not good. Do we still want to see if we can find the underground temple bit, or...
I think we should still try.
Alright.
Someone doesn't want us to find it again, and that makes me want to find it all the more.
Yeah. Is the, fire still burning? How long does it take for the hovel to put itself out into rubble?
It's a good bit of wood.
It's a lot of kindling.
Burning. It's a lot.
It's
It is just
all
a
very
giant
dry
smoke
wood.
signal
It
now.
sounds like.
Yeah.
Hey, Beau, I don't guess you happen to learn any water spells.
No, not currently anyway.
Ste'yn?
I know some. I did not prepare that sort of magic for this. I thought we'd need other things.
It's gonna take forever. I wonder if it would cave in if it, activated, you know? Like,
It
if we
might.
switched the entrances, if it activated, would the whole thing just, cave in? I mean, it'd be really hard to investigate it still, so it wouldn't actually speed up the process any. But I kind of want to find out anyway.
What are you expecting to find?
The underground temple. We already told you about it.
Underground
Yeah, I'm
But-
confused. What do you mean?
So-
What are you expecting us to find? This was your
Well-
mission.
No, I mean, where else are you thinking to look? Where else was there to go?
Well, where it was, we had to remember when we talked about the key thing?
Well,
Assuming the short rest is over, we've had our hour of healing and conversation. Snow is going to leave the dome, so it drops. And he's
I imagine
going
you
to...
were talking during your hour of conversation.
Yeah.
This was the hour of conversation.
Yeah, so Snow is going to take out one of the shards of Dark Focus. He is going to grab the one that he had before, not the one that he took today from Nora's house. He just takes out the shard of Dark Focus so that it's no longer in a pocket dimension, but out in our plane as normal. He's not going to hold it, out. He's just going to, take it out of the bag and then put it into, his vest pocket or something. And then walk towards the hovel a bit, as close as he can get without being in the fire.
As soon as you start moving towards it, Nora immediately grabs your shoulder, inquisitive, what are you doing?
I'm gonna go see if I can open the thing. Come along. if you want.
No. Snow, the building's on fire.
Yeah, but what if it caves in? That'd be funny and cool. So I'm gonna try it.
Honey, not at all.
And he's just gonna walk over there.
She has an actual, like, a horrified look on her face. Like, give me an insight check.
You can always take command.
And she shoots you
As
a
if
glare.
Snow would
Like,
listen
she's not
to
actually
that.
been angry before. And you see a look of anger on her face before she looks back at Snow.
12 insight.
Yeah, there is a look of utter fear in her eyes. Like, she's not laughing. She finds none of that funny.
What's wrong?
What do you mean? The building's on fire. Everything is burning.
I'm not gonna go into it.
You shouldn't even be close. It's dangerous.
I'll be alright. I've been in more dangerous places than near a burning building. What's the matter?
She shakes her head. No, you're right. You're an adult and you're fully capable, clearly. Just be careful. Please.
I'll be careful as long as you don't ever call me an adult again. And he gives a chuckle and will make his way towards the hole.
Ste'yn will follow him. She's looking a lot better after her short rest.
Yay. You approach the burning hovel. It is very hot the closer you get, as this is just one enormous bonfire. What are you doing? Nora does not approach.
He's just getting as close as he can to it without hurting himself and trying to see. I imagine he can't really see through it to where the hole was going underground, most likely. But he is, after he gets like as close as he can without, suffering at all, he'll just start making a perimeter around it, just looking into it, trying to see if anything happens.
Ste'yn's doing the same.
Just walking the perimeter?
Looking for any sign of any change, any opening, anything being revealed through the fire.
Give me an investigation check, both of you.
Rolled a lot of 6s today. That's an 11.
That is a dirty 20. So we're adding some guidance to it.
You're going around, you're waiting for some kind of reaction, some kind of change. The only changes that you note are just the continued burning. You don't see any dark mist, you don't see any channel opening or anything like that. And nothing that seems to indicate a passage opening. Ste'yn, you do spot, however, below where the basement is, you can see where the initial, because that part is just like blown sky high up above. You can just see, like to the left of the initial explosion, where that part of the wall is very damaged. But to the left of it, where it was just totally dusty, that dust is gone, been blown away by the force of the explosion. And you do see what appears to be another larger, almost sigil-like symbol on the wall.
Does she recognize the sigil?
Give me an Arcana check.
Well, this is a bust.
Maybe not.
Viola, what are you doing in all of this? You're still crying.
Pretty much for the entire short rest and like all this, she's sitting out at the tree by Cherry, just like sitting there quietly.
Isn't Cherry farther away than everything else? Like we left him a bit back.
Nora will join you if you did not mind her company. She will join you. And remind you, like, you have nothing to be upset about. This is not your fault. Maybe between the two of you, there might be a jab that this is definitely Beau's fault.
He didn't put
She might
that
be-
in there. He didn't set the
She might
trap.
be feeling a little
But-
spicy.
She'd probably just kind of like nod her head and listen to whatever Nora was saying, not really respond much.
Mm-hmm. She doesn't have much to add, just to sit there if it didn't seem like it was upsetting you. Ste'yn.
18?
18. You've traveled. You've learned various types of magic, even if it wasn't magic that maybe you were going to... You've learned about various types of magic. Even if it wasn't magic you were going to learn yourself to conjure up. That appears to be a sigil. It looks very permanent. It looks very stable. Probably why it wasn't destroyed in the blast. And as you're piecing it together, it gives you more of the like a conjuration type of the way it's built up. And then you put it together that looks like the symbol for a teleportation circle.
Snow, look, and Ste'yn will very carefully point to where she's seeing this before Snow can walk away because he's bored. There's a teleportation circle down there on the wall.
Ooh. So it's on a wall?
It looks to be on the
A
wall.
vertical surface? Well, that's weird. Why would you have a teleportation circle in a place that you can't stand?
I don't know.
Has Snow ever seen that done elsewhere or know anything about teleportation circles?
Honestly, that just sounds like something the DM didn't know. I'll be real. I won't cover
Okay.
that up. That just sounds like something the DM doesn't know.
Wait, is this a
And
permanent
I like it on the
teleportation
wall.
circle?
So it's going to be on the wall, because I said so, because it's cool.
And
So
they've
maybe
been
this one
doing
works a little bit differently.
And
You
they've
know,
been-
DM?
They've been
Yeah,
doing it
that's how
every
it
day for a year on that wall.
Making this is my drawing on the wall. Yeah, so
Yep.
don't let your investigation go
And-
in that direction.
What wall is it in relation to where we were?
hmm So if you're looking back at the map, you see where the font is. It is in that
Right.
10-foot space between the font and the the smaller of the pillars.
Okay.
As
But
if
that-
the dust were
But that was
purposely
below
carved.
ground.
Mhm.
But that was below ground, whereas this is an above ground wall, correct?
Mm-mm, it's the same wall. That whole part of the
Okay.
ceiling or floor, if you were above, was blasted away from the explosion, so you can see to where that was.
And the sigils are on the interior of that, not the exterior. Okay.
Looks like it was
Interesting.
covered by the dust.
I wonder where it goes to. Can Snow get closer to it at all without being burned or anything?
You, not without rolling and then a 15-foot drop.
We have rope. I could lower him down.
The rope
Put
will
the
catch
rope in the fire.
Yeah.
Do it.
What? What do you mean?
Hey, if he can get down safely, then the rope wouldn't necessarily touch flame. A rope's not going to just ignite because it's by something hot.
There's flames still. There's enough flame here that it'd be a tricky dance for him to get past the flame, and then it's a drop. If you want to wait longer, you can try and put the flames out somehow.
Yeah, Snow is gonna say, "Get your shovel out. Let's put
Douse
some
the
dirt.
flames."
Let's bury. You like burying things. Let's bury the fire.
Let's do it.
Put the fire to rest.
Happy to. And Ste'yn will do as suggested.
Bravely important.
Okay.
Very well be a matter of life and death. So Ste'yn will spend a little while shoveling dirt onto the fire to start putting it out.
There is quite a bit of fire. You're going to be there for
He's mostly
A little
focusing on
bit.
that area, of course, but
just enough for him to get through.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Give yourself, I
While
don't know, say, let's make it an even half hour.
Well,
Let's make
probably
sure we
when
get this
she's
dirt
like
down.
4 minutes into it, I would have walked over because he's not just gonna stand there
Where was that?
while
I mean, he
she
was
doing
just-
that,
waiting for them to get back until it took too long, and he just walked around
Oh.
with them.
Okay, noted. You'll be there for the next explosion.
while
Sorry, Snow.
she is doing that, Snow is gonna cast Identify on Ziva's hand that he pulls out of the bag of holding. Just a normal thing to pull out and
A hand.
do.
It is a bone hand with pearls at the knuckle bones.
Weird. He just puts it back.
Why are you putting dirt on the fire?
I'm putting out the fire, suffocating it.
No, I understand why are you going through the actions?
There's a teleportation circle down there. We need to check it out.
Define check it out.
Check it out.
I mean, you
Go
already
down,
saw it.
look
What are you gonna
at
do?
it.
Lick it?
See if we can figure out anything else
Maybe.
around it. Maybe there's some other sigils or something somewhere that'll tell us where it goes. Maybe we can figure out some more context from other dust on the walls that might need to be, or ash now probably, that needs to be brushed away because magic leaves a mark.
If it's a permanent teleportation circle, then the destination will be inscribed into the circle. That's how they're written.
I'm just not familiar enough to identify it from this far away. It's not my brand of magic.
Yeah, I've never heard of clerics. Any divine. I feel like the divine don't use teleportation circles, which is so random. Like, don't you need to go places?
I prefer to fly.
Don't you ever need to go places faster?
I'll leave that up to the
I'm
gods.
sure you have your own things. Sure.
You managed to shovel dirt for half an hour and
It's like a
clear
workout.
space. Yeah. You clear some space, enough for someone to walk through
Well, they would have to
without
go
too much
down
of-
too, right? So down and then
You would have
walk
to
over.
go another 15 feet down, yes.
Also, Beau, you could make note of it in your spell book, and then when you're actually, powerful enough to cast this kind of magic, you could do it. And if we wanted to go there, we could.
Is it just like written on like within the rune or something like that? Where do you see the
Well, you would just,
destination?
you have to study the sigils. I don't know. It's
What
just
you
in there
about to do it?
somewhere. I'm about to take a closer look at it. Yeah.
So where are you looking?
So there's a circle of runes. You know what a circle is?
I mean, he's asking you how you're reading it, and you're saying that you don't know how to read it, but I'm planning on going to read it.
Just observe it. Look
He doesn't
at it.
he can't actually cast a 5th level spell either, so he's just gonna look at it, do his best, and see if he can figure it out.
Okay,
You never know, you might get lucky.
that's how I was wondering. I was just like, is there a way of it saying it if you can't cast the spell? Because I was looking at the spell and I couldn't figure that out.
I mean, he can cast Identify on it, and it will give him the properties of the spell.
And that should include the location. That's a property of it.
I don't see why that wouldn't. That seems attractive to me.
Yeah, but he wasn't saying anything about Identify, so that's why I was
we haven't gotten
wondering
there
if
yet.
he wasn't planning on
doesn't
casting
know.
that. Every other time he's like, oh, I'm going to Identify. He just says the name of the spell. This time, oh, I just need to go look at it. Like,
It's obviously keyword.
This looking also. This is a looking that includes humming to oneself and touching it.
It's magical looking. How are you getting Snow down there?
Well, if there's no damage, no chance of flame now, we can lower him with a rope. That way he
I was
doesn't have
just
to
going to
fall.
walk down.
I wouldn't say 0, but definitely pretty low. Yeah, because you put all that dirt.
Snow will just grab some rope out of the bag of holding, give one end to Ste'yn, tie the other end around him.
Let's do it.
Stay and give
All right,
me an
let me know.
athletics check.
Right, we're gonna
Hey,
add
try
some
not to drop
guidance
me,
to that.
and he gives her inspiration.
Excellent. We're gonna use that too because
Oh gosh. He was absolutely going to drop you.
didn't need it, but we got a 16 on the D20, and then a 1 on the inspiration, and a 1 on the guidance, so an 18. Oh wait, 19. 19. She has a +1 in strength.
Yay, math. Okay. Yeah, you're the anchor on the rope. Snow's got it wrapped around himself. Even if it wasn't fantastically wrapped, he can still safely get lowered down thanks to you. Beau, are you just kind of... whoop, whoop, whoop,
Oh, Beau already
Yeah.
walked down.
Excellent. And then Ste'yn, how are you getting down if you are?
She'll just sort of sit there at the edge and watch. She's
I was
not going to
thinking
try and
how
get down.
funny
She
it would be if
doesn't have a
she
good
came
track
down with
record.
the rope. she was the anchor for him, but then she just comes down with the whole rope.
I'm sitting there thinking how she's sitting on dirt that was immediately on top of like old smoldering ashes, and so like her butt's probably a little warm.
I mean, she's all in
That's why.
armor.
Not all
Totally
armor.
fine.
It's a top
only
armor.
Only
half
half plate.
Yeah,
You know.
half plate armor.
There's not really anything.
She's not
right
the
there.
trash can we all imagined she was. That's Viola, apparently.
She's still pretty hard to hit.
True. So Ste'yn's waiting up top. Beau and Snow are down below, back in the basement. Are you going to identify?
Yes, he's gonna first tell Beau to just start copying it down as close as he can into his spellbook. Could be useful for later, and then he will cast Identify.
And 11 minutes later, I imagine you're ritually casting it. Unless you want
Yeah.
to use a spell slot. It's up to you.
Nah.
Okay.
What time of day is it? It's still like morning, isn't it? Or
You
like
guys
yeah.
noon?
came up. Yeah, it's still morning. You guys start your
Yeah,
days
no,
strong. Like
we're
that
gonna
good
hold
coffee.
on to the spell slot.
Okay. You start casting. You're playing as you call upon the magic.
He's humming a
Humming?
tune that's like really repetitive and probably really annoying to Beau.
Sorry, Beau.
It's a small world after all.
To a teleportation circle.
For-
He's in a
for 11
small world.
for 11 minutes.
Oh my goodness. And when the song ends and the magic is completed, you kind of see this circle in a new light. It makes sense to you in many new ways. You see it is in fact a permanent teleportation circle. This sigil has been remade every day for a year or more. Well, a year, I guess, is all it takes. So after that,
No,
you
they
would
just
need
think
to
wanted to double
go
down.
a year. They just want to make sure. In case
We
the
gotta
blow-up
make sure
didn't go
this
the way they
doesn't
thought.
go anywhere.
Lost track of the count of days and spent like an extra week before someone told him
Yeah.
a good time.
365 days straight? That's a long time. It's easy to lose track.
It is.
If you didn't
It's
mark
also
your
very
start
expensive.
day.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see all of the mechanisms of how a teleportation circle works. Most importantly, you get a sense of, you can't cast it yourself at the moment, but you get a sense of
Mhm.
how to cast it if you were capable and where it would lead. And you can almost see this location as you're familiar with it. You've been there before once. All the way out in Bull Swamp.
Oh.
It goes to Bull Swamp, you know, that crappy place where we went a while back.
Oh, lovely.
They can
That's
keep
so
it.
random.
While you guys decide what that might mean and entail, as far as trying to hide a teleportation circle with a glyph of warding, that's where we're going to end tonight's session. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you from all of us here at Tales from the Catacombs. Catch up and recapture your favorite moments. This one had some good ones. By subscribing to the channel. We appreciate you journeying with us to bring clean content to the world of tabletop RPGs. And a particularly huge thanks to my players, whose links are in the description below. So please take a moment to follow these tremendous human beings on their very exciting endeavors. David, who plays Beau, Catherine, who plays Ste'yn, and also, I don't know if we announced it last time or if we celebrated with you last time, your very, very exciting announcement. I don't know if we did that last time, did we?
I don't know, but it's been almost. I got engaged, and I'm very happy for that.
Yeah! We're so happy for her, so please also pray for her and for her fiancé, who's no longer her boyfriend, her fiancé. How exciting. But yeah, Catherine, who plays Ste'yn, in case I didn't finish that sentence, so I was very excited. Kassie, who plays Viola, and Josh, who plays Snow. And I'm Brenna, I'm your storyteller for this adventure, and we will see you back here next time. Safe travels until we meet again.